Welcome into Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. This is Nacho Average Tuesday talk show.
Okay, here we go.
I like it.
More importantly, y'all know what today is, right? It's
That is awesome.
Have we never played that before?
No, I don't think so.
I'm so happy about that right now. Guys, I have to tell you that when I was in Cancun, I had the worst nachos of my entire life.
In Mexico?
The irony.
And were they tiny tacos?
They were tiny tacos. They were tiny taco chips drowning in Velveeta with poorly cooked meat. And we were all pretty sure we were going to get sick. So I need a do-over, which is why I'm so happy that you came up with the name Nacho Average.
Nacho
Tuesday.
Average Tuesday. I think I prefer nachos to tacos anyway.
Me too.
Yeah. And so I think it's more
Love
appropriate.
nachos.
But I think we can keep the sound effects.
LeBron James and Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. I think that
Works.
sound effect is spectacular. So,
I can't claim it.
Thanks,
I didn't
all.
make it. I think that was one of the OG producers, but yeah, it's still
well,
here.
thanks, OG producer. But you're our OG producer, and that's spectacular sound effect on a day that is packed with news, like a lot of
Have
news.
a lot.
And we have a guest.
We do have a guest. Be fun. Emily Jones, Huntsville's very own Madison. Is Madison the same as Huntsville?
No.
Oh,
They're
okay.
different places.
Sorry.
Its own mayor, its own. Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
different.
I mean, I know it's different.
It's
but,
like
but,
us where we are in Hoover.
Oh, that's offensive.
Yeah.
Don't say I live in Hoover.
Well, I don't want you to throw hands or anything, but that's the situation.
Yeah. Okay. So I apologize. So I guess Emily is Madison.
She's Madison. Yeah.
Yeah. Not to be confused with
But we all
The Bill of
remember when
Hunts.
there wasn't a Madison.
Yeah.
what was there.
Huntsville.
Cornfields,
Yeah.
Huntsville, fields, people.
There's
Oh,
some
it's
turf
Come
beautiful.
so far.
It's beautiful.
There's some turf war between Huntsville and Madison, like with the minor league team that they put the stadium in Madison technically, but they call it the Rocket City Trash Pandas, and they were all pissed at why is that the Madison Trash Pandas? It's like because you're all lame. Huntsville's the city.
I mean, come on, guys.
Don't you live in Madison?
I lived in Huntsville,
Oh,
born and
sorry.
raised Huntsville,
Okay.
Huntsvillian.
Lived near where my husband grew up. Has deep affection for that place.
I
So,
need to spend more time
anywho-
up there though, because I'm telling you, it's like a whole other world. And the
It is.
more I talk to people from around Alabama, it really is. It's like Mobile and Huntsville are their own little civilizations.
Mhm.
And if you aren't from there, it's hard to understand those places.
Yes, it's different, but I think it is. Every time we visit, I love it. I love Huntsville. We're over in the Shoals a lot, but he has family in Huntsville, and we will always pass the old Grissom and wave.
That's now a library.
It's now a library. Like what? But how nice to be like 4 minutes from school. You just roll up. Here you are. This is the way it went. You know.
Did they walk to school?
They could have, but that would have been far.
Okay.
Anyway, so we do have Emily, and who knew that there is a difference between Huntsville and Madison?
I mean, I knew there was a difference, but it's like if people say I live in Birmingham, I don't get my feelings hurt, but I really don't live in Birmingham. But apparently that's a touchy subject, and I will not mistake Madison for Huntsville again.
The Madison folks want to be their own until they want to claim all the stuff Huntsville's got going on. You know, that's the yeah.
There,
I'm
I know
picking
people
fights
like
with
there's
the
that.
great
audience.
breweries, there's great restaurants, there's
Yeah.
great growth, and then you have downtown, which is fabulous with coffee shops, places to stay, meander. It's a great place. I love Huntsville. So, on the text line, JP, you're going to tell everybody what the text line number is because we haven't memorized it yet.
833-687-4448. Let us know, Madison or Huntsville, which one's the best?
Madison or Huntsville? That's question number one.
Start a fight right out the bat.
Tacos
Yeah, why you
or
would do that?
nachos? Tacos or nachos? This is a big decision. You got to answer two questions today.
You can't get your cheese on your nachos because it gets soggy.
Absolutely.
Queso on the
what?
side.
Okay, well,
Then you got to dip.
Or have you had them in a cast iron skillet
I
baked with light cheese and then cheese added so it's
What
Perfect.
fancy pants place do you go to for Mexican?
My house. I make a lot of Mexican.
Oh, I think we're going to do that for Christmas dinner.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Because the more I thought about it, y'all asked me yesterday if Christmas food was the same as Thanksgiving, and I started running down the list.
Yeah.
It's the exact same.
It is the same.
And so I know I showed y'all the lady yelling at her daughter for experimenting with mac and
Yeah.
cheese.
Can't do
The
that.
funniest-
Don't do it.
You experiment on yourself. Don't experiment on Thanksgiving. So, but I kind of thought we could experiment, or we just do Mexican.
Mexican's always the right answer
Seems wrong.
every time.
Maybe possibly illegal.
Jenkins from Sneed said homemade carnita tacos with homemade salsa every time.
Okay.
Jeremy from Madison said nachos, and they said born in Huntsville, lived in Huntsville. Majority of my life, just recently moved to Madison. Madison is basically a suburb of Huntsville. That's true.
Okay. Thank you for breaking that down for us.
Paul Bryant from Athens. I desperately just want to get from Huntsville to Athens reverse without going through Madison. Real.
But what's he sad about? They have Buc-ee's.
Yeah, I know. I had to make that drive.
Come
when I
on.
worked at WVNN every day, 45 minutes.
Buc-ee's
Buc-ee's made it worth it.
is so worth it. We should probably, as a show, go to Buc-ee's.
Heck no. I'll stay in the parking lot. The parking
But
lot
the
stresses me out.
brisket, Allison.
No, it's not
Mhm.
even good brisket.
Allison.
No, it's not.
It. Thank you.
What was that? Wait, do that again. Yeah. Okay. Take it back Tuesday.
Take it back to yourself.
I'm not taking that back.
All right.
I'm telling you,
fine.
it is not worth the hype.
Okay. Well, I think it's just fun to wander. But it's
You
really
can't because you're in a literal race with everyone else in there.
unless you get there early.
No such thing. It's packed.
I'm just saying. I like Buc-ee's, and I think it's fun to wander.
I'll go, but I'll stay in the car.
See, when Dale's show would end at 9 a.m. every day. So when I drive back, I just, nobody to be there. I just roll in, get my brisket or my biscuit, bacon, egg and cheese, get some, maybe some of the pecans, stroll on out, in and out.
See, it's early.
Yeah.
Early is best.
If you're early.
But
you're not, it's awful.
if you're not, it's like Black Friday used to be, but every day at Buc-ee's.
You said In-N-Out. That reminded me. In-N-Out burger is not all that it's hyped up to be either.
Isn't In-N-Out just basically Hardee's, or is that Carl's Jr.?
No,
It's
Carl's
Carl's
Jr.
Jr.
In-N-Out it's like really fresh. It's only in the West Coast, but
Yeah.
actually they're coming east now. It's really fresh, really good, but you got to get the double cheeseburger. If you get the single, it's just so disappointing.
Wait, are you saying it's just like an air burger?
It's just
A
not.
nothing burger?
That was good. I don't know if you're ever there, because every time somebody goes to California, they're like, "Gotta go to In-N-Out." Get the double.
Okay. But why? I mean, if you get
It's
the
just not
single-
enough meat. Like if I'm
Okay.
eating a cheeseburger, I want a thick, like
yeah, like
like
you mean
half
it.
pound,
Mhm.
3/4 pound, like big.
Okay.
And it's more like Wendy's.
Oh.
Now it's fresh. They don't do anything frozen. They slice all of their fries there and like slice their potatoes and do so it's good, but you got to get the double. Which, if we're continuing on this, I know we got to take a break. Y'all, the other day, okay, so last weekend, no, just a few days ago, we went to the lake house down on Lake Martin. We went to Auburn, whatever, had fun. Well, we had to drive from the lake house to Demopolis to move
Mhm.
Connor into his house. I have never been until now to a Popeyes.
Wow.
Allison Sinclair.
Okay, but listen, so we went to the Popeyes in Selma and it was everything I ever anticipated. But here's the thing, Popeyes, they fry their chicken in beef tallow.
Mm.
So it's supposed to be really good for you. So I thought I need to experience this. And it was there was almost a fight in the lobby over wings versus tenders.
Nice.
And then y'all, seriously, so the lady working there was so frustrated with this guy because he wanted tenders, but she thought he wanted wings. And anyway, it was a whole thing. So she had to refund him. And then his kid and his wife came in and there was a whole kerfuffle. And she told him to never come back in the store. As she was smiling and waving, it was kind of confusing. So then we get up there and I order a 3-piece.
Okay. Right.
Normal.
Yeah.
Okay, but what 3 pieces of what? I did the exact, she rang me up for the wrong thing because I never specified, just like the man in front of me.
Oh no.
And she was staring at us like, y'all. I said, listen, ma'am, I've never been here. I didn't know. I wanted a 3-piece tender. She was not having it.
I bet not.
But anyway, I was very nice about it. I didn't know I must get in a fight. But y'all, Popeyes, yeah, beef
That's
tallow.
okay.
You
legit.
should try it.
So you did a 3-piece, and does that mean you did fries and a biscuit?
No. I got red beans and rice.
Okay, but
was really
did
good.
Anybody get a biscuit?
Oh, yeah. I ate the whole biscuit.
Wasn't the biscuit
The
great?
biscuit. Yes. Have a drink beside you or you will choke and die.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like old school. They've got to use like lard or Crisco or
I
something.
think so.
Because it is,
It's dark secret that.
but it's a good,
Did everybody love Popeyes?
everybody loved it.
Okay.
You have to be patient between the fights and just waiting. Cause like you look back there and you see the guy breading the chicken, like he's actually hand breading the chicken. So it took a little bit, but it was
I
worth the
haven't
wait.
seen our new Popeyes. I haven't looked at the traffic, but I bet it stays busy.
And now that I know they cook in beef tallow and not seed oils,
Mm.
which we're going to have that conversation.
That's going to be for a Thinker Thursday.
A Thinker Thursday. But it's not a conspiracy.
No,
It's real.
It's real. It's real.
For real.
So,
Anyway.
By the way, real quick before we go to break, we
Yeah.
got a couple more texts. Says Gray Falcon from Ardmore says Madison City just needs to give up and be incorporated into Huntsville. Mike from Florence says Buc-ee's is an overpriced novelty. For their sake, keeping a very limited number of locations will yield them the best overall success. Wow.
agree.
It's
I agree with
true.
that. That's not, it's just if you drive a lot, you want a different kind of beyond the QT or the Pilot. You want something different.
Mhm.
And I enjoy walking around Buc-ee's, but I go early. I do not go when all of humanity is there at one time.
The Love Stop was
Love's is pretty good.
was kind of fun. They had on Christmas music, and the little lady behind the counter was so nice.
Did you see the Viking helmet in the back near the
Wait,
some of
does
our
that
truckers in the
horns?
yeah.
No, I would have bought it.
They have a Viking helmet that my husband really wants. He's wanted one for years.
I think Love's is about as out there as I get.
Okay. Well, now I know where you stand.
I mean, we've just wasted 20 minutes of
No, that's
everybody's
good.
lives,
See, now we can get to our montage on the other side and get into it.
which buckle up,
Oh man.
Buttercup.
I mean, get rid of her.
Garota. It's going to be a lot, but it's going to be good. We've got lots to cover. And then Emily Jones will be on 3:00 hour sometime.
30, yeah.
3:30.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we've got lots to do today. We'll be right back.
welcome back to Rightside. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP. JP, take it away.
Well, it is time once again for JP's miraculous monster miracle montage. But that also means that I got to tell you about Stan McDonald, who is an attorney at the partner, or is it? Let me start over. If I don't start it right, I get messed up. He's at partner at the law firm of Woolmer and Lee out of Huntsville. He's a 30-year veteran of the practice of law. And not only will Stan advocate and fight for your legal needs and rights, but he has been an absolute warrior for causes near and dear to our Rightside roofing community. Attorney Stan McDonald has represented his clients in literally thousands of real estate transactions over the years. And when Stan McDonald is on your side, you have no greater friend. And likewise, your adversary will have no greater foe. So attorney Stan McDonald, here's his phone number, 256-533-0202. That's Stan McDonald, 256-533-0202. And tell him you heard about it on Rightside Radio. And no representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. And now, stand by for news.
For news.
11 U.S. warships, including our largest carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, are now in the Caribbean. Venezuela is surrounded.
I tell President Donald Trump, with respect, ask for reports from the last 4 years from the FBI and DEA, from the offices in Colombia, so that you can see President Trump, who financed and mobilized the famous trendy Aragua, who brought them into Colombia, who brought them into the United States.
So you're telling this committee that the Biden administration, while they were letting all of these unaccompanied minors into the country, they issued these kids a hotline that they could call if they had trouble with the sponsor family? You're saying that 65,000 calls to this hotline went unanswered? Is that what you're telling this committee?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how many staffers the administration assigned to answering these phones and helping these kids?
One.
This study, VAERS adjusted data and other derived from the MIT Florida Department of Health study findings that yield a conservative range of 470,000 to 600,000 American deaths from the COVID-19 mRNA shots, more than World War I, World War II, and Vietnam combined.
According to a new bombshell report from the New York Times, Somalian migrants in Minnesota have defrauded nearly $1 billion in taxpayer-funded benefits under Democrat Governor Walz's leadership. A nonprofit and its affiliates with these Somali migrants claim to have fed tens of thousands of American children during the pandemic. They were reimbursed for those meals by taxpayers. However, federal prosecutors found that almost all of those meals were never even delivered to hungry children. In fact, those organizations' leaders spent the money on houses, luxury cars, and real estate in Turkey and Kenya.
What? Wait, you must have sent that one in because I did not see that. Our tax dollars were supposed to go to hungry children that crossed the border, but instead they pocketed and bought houses in Kenya?
Well, this was in Minnesota. So, yeah, Minnesota taxpayer money, yeah.
But I mean, don't they get federal funds as well?
Yeah. So, I guess, yeah, technically our tax dollars, you could say.
Was that yours or mine? That was
I think.
Did we all send it in?
No, I think I added that one in there as an extra story because I think but all of y'all sent about the same, 2 stories. I wanted to add one more. So I chose that one because I thought it was pretty red meaty and insane.
It's very insane.
Okay. So the irony does not go over my head as some things do. You're not buying some luxurious house in America that you claim you want to live in. You're going to Kenya?
Yeah, exactly.
And so they really do just hate us.
Yeah.
They really do they don't want anything. They're here just to conquer and take over.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because if you love it here, you buy a house in Montecito in California, like overlooking off Highway 1 and you're overlooking the Pacific. That's beautiful. But no, you go to Kenya.
Oh, there's so much to unpack. It's a good thing we're here.
Yeah.
Which is what we're going to do.
A lot to go into.
Yeah. All right. Got to take a break again, but we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Rightside. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP. We are in the midst of unpacking our first big story from the montage.
The montage.
Or montage, if you want. So during the break, I was looking up a little timeline to find out just how we ended up with people pocketing $1 billion.
Is that just in Minnesota?
That's
sorry.
just in Minnesota through copious amounts of fraud. Nothing to see here. Tampon Tim couldn't exactly answer the questions. I mean, I'm not a smart man is basically the things when he talks, you think really like I want to believe otherwise, but I can't.
Wait, what do you want to believe?
I want to believe that he's not who he portrays, which is a bumbling fool. But when he speaks, I don't know what else to think because he never has any answers. He seems like he was the last to know what was going on, and it's never his fault, ever. And so I wonder, Obama brought them in. He settled 43,000 Somalia refugees in Minnesota. As of 2016, there were around 80,000 Somalians in Minnesota. And then I started wondering, because, we had that little meeting last night, Allison.
Yeah.
I wonder how long, yes, they were coming in since the 90s. Yes, you've got Obama. Then you've got another resettlement going on. How long before they changed their laws for their new refugees? How long before cousins could marry each other? Remember they tried to pull that in Tennessee a few weeks back? I wonder how long it took them from being settled to changing the flag of Minnesota to reflect the flag of Somalia. I mean, that's the ultimate troll in sign of disrespect. I wonder how long that took, because isn't that a blueprint for us to look at, learn from, and then take action for us here?
What do you have an answer?
No.
Do we want to? I mean, I'm going with 40 years. I don't know why,
It makes sense. It's a generation.
It's a generation, and it's just long enough to. Was it Allie from Athens? One of the very first shows we did where she called in and talked about the Mecca strategy and the Medina strategy.
Yeah.
I've done more research on that. It's all real. It's all there. And this whole, and people said, and we watched it last night at the Hoover City Council or the Hoover Planning and Zoning meeting, which I hope we'll talk about later. They seem so reasonable and so kind. And even on my Facebook page, when I was posting about just posting about meeting information, I didn't even say anything controversial. Some people from the Islamic Academy found my post and they were like, we're so excited to come in and be in your neighborhood, and we can't wait to get to know everybody there. And it sounds so amicable. And so like they really do just want to be a part. That's never the mission though. Ever, ever, ever. That's how they get in. That's how they got in Dearborn. That's how they got in Minnesota. And now they're raising their own flag. And so I don't think it takes very long, because most of us will go, but they're so nice. They just want a place to go.
Right. And they constantly use our goodness against us. And you're right. Oh, but they're so nice. When, as you and I are doing our homework and deep diving on these issues, you think, yeah, that is never your plan. And when are the people who think, oh, this is just so innocent, going to wake up and go, oh. I mean, you can be blind right now, but we're commanded to be wise as serpents and gentle as doves. So we'll be gentle while being wise, because we're watching what's going on around our country. And those people wish they could do things differently to the same kinds of people who came in and were really sweet and nice and friendly, and they may even be really good friends. But understand, if that is what they follow, they have a mission that is wholly other than what we're about.
I think the most disturbing part of what's coming out, whether it's from Venezuela, and we had the clip of Maduro basically saying, look, I'll give you what you want, Trump, which is to say the Biden administration facilitated all these gang members, all these prisoners, all these illegal immigrants coming in. Then you have the Somali, Afghan resettlement, and Republicans and Democrats alike pushing to get them settled here. And then you have, just the border crossings, the flood open. You have all the fraud that is facilitated by our government. So what are we doing? And how do you fight that when it is your own people that you've elected, that you've trusted to make these decisions? We can't go close the border. I can't sign some executive order or rescind one, but we elect these people to do it. And they are actively working against us and what is in the best interest of America and their own people that they vowed, actually ran and spent a lot of time and money to represent. So I don't know, besides like last night, the Hoover Planning and Zoning, they voted to not recommend that the Islamic Academy move to this office park in Meadowbrook. It was a huge win. Now the city council still has to vote. But I'm telling you, it all starts on the local level.
Amen.
That's the only thing. You've got to get involved with your school boards. You've got to get involved. Go PTO. Go be a room mom. Go decorate a door and listen to what's happening in the halls and get educated on what's going on. Because on the federal level, but if we can start in our communities, I think we have a chance to fight back at this. But Abs, what are your thoughts after listening to that and going, it seems insurmountable?
I think the first thing that I can recommend is, and I'll be a broken record about this, go download or find out. Larry Taunton has a new podcast on Islam, the Just Thinking guys on political Islam. We need to understand what we're doing. And we need to say, you know what, I know it was just no quarter November, but we need to be no help. We cannot be helpless about this. We have to get educated and then decide where we will immediately plug in, immediately get to work. Yes, we will get to know our neighbors, but we have to absolutely understand that in 50 other countries around the world, they are completely Islamic. Look at the state of those states. They are not flourishing. They are not good. They do not have anything to do with freedom. We need to understand, you need only look over at England and look at how quickly that spread like wildfire, how quickly prayers happen in the public square, how quickly one rape an hour is reported in London. And the social services you used yesterday, you talked about the IQ because of inbreeding. This isn't just an Amish inbreeding situation. This is legit inbreeding that's using up significant resources in England. We only need to look there. They cannot have Christmas Kindle markets in Germany anymore because they are intimidated into shutting things down. Parts of Italy are that way. We are absolute, I don't want to use the word, we have an opportunity to avoid foolishness. If we'll only bravely be the watchmen and watchwomen on the wall and call back to our brothers and sisters and say, this is what's coming. What are you going to do about it? We do not have any excuse. No more excuses, guys. This 2026, no excuses. What are you doing?
JP, I just resent you a clip that it's kind of hard to understand because they're speaking Irish.
Oh, yeah.
But this is what's happening in Ireland, and maybe we can get to it after the break. But everybody needs to pay attention. It's kind of what we were talking about yesterday, that, yeah, we're in a war. It's a cold war. And it's not going to stay cold forever. And in Ireland, it's actually moved to the next level. And if we're not careful, we're going to do the same. We've got to lobby our federal. I mean, yes, you need to be talking to Washington, D.C. about this. I do think, and especially after last night, I do think that we make a difference. I have hope.
Agree.
Because I'll be honest, with the planning and zoning in Hoover, like the Islamic Academy had submitted this application for rezoning, and then they pulled it back, and then they resubmitted it. And I'm in my skeptical brain of 2025. I go, they worked out a deal. Planning and zoning is in their pocket now. Which maybe they still are. Maybe city council will vote for it, even after the planning and zoning recommended not to. I don't know. Maybe we all got punked last night. But to see the turnout and the people that showed up, from parents to grandparents to empty nesters to teachers to business owners. It was so encouraging. And the men that stepped up,
Oh man,
I was so refreshed.
very, very encouraged about the whole situation.
It gave me hope. I couldn't be there, but I watched online, and I know you have people that were there, and you could maybe probably give us a better rundown of what happened, but it did let me go. I think we make a difference, but we have to engage. And I know people will say, we all talk about this every day. Yes, we do. Because this is the existential threat right now. We can get rid of the income tax. We can have all the tariffs. We can have, whatever. Gas can drop by 10 cents. Doesn't matter if we're all in hijabs under Sharia law in 10 years.
Because please understand that is not hyperbole. That's real.
No.
This is stated. We don't have to be fluffy about it. This is not being ridiculous. This is in their own documents, 3 of them that they take seriously, the trilogy. This is what they're after. This is their stated goal. They are not shrinking back from what that is. And so neither should we, because remember I said this yesterday, they have no borders. They have no boundaries. The world is their oyster. They don't hesitate to do whatever they need to do to get what they want to get. So what that means is that we have to understand that and be willing to fight back, because if we want America to continue to be the melting pot, the key word there is melt. And what does the word melt assume?
Y'all squished together. You can't tell the difference.
Exactly. Assimilation. And who refuses to assimilate time and again? It's not us.
You know what else would be really good to play, JP, is that other, the former Muslim who's now a Christian pastor.
I love that guy.
Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Could
That's
we do
a good
that?
one too.
Yeah.
That we could maybe play. And I think you said we had some text too.
We do have some text. I mean, we have some time here if we want to read some of them. Let's see. First, we got Jeff from Indiana who says, I imagine if any of those 65,000 calls they got for those children would have been answered if they was just trying to trans. I guess he's trying to say if they were trans. I bet there's a lot of people on that hotline. Frowning face.
He's not wrong.
Mike from Florence talking about Popeyes earlier. He said Popeyes was in Louisiana long before North Alabama. In 1982, I went there with my boss in New Iberia and ordered large onion rings and large liver. The reasonably priced large was actually more like a family size. I ate it all. Miserable the rest of the workday. Not as good now as it was back then, though. Being in Louisiana, they always had a gallon of pickled jalapenos on the counter. Chris from Starrett, Alabama. I don't agree with this one. He said Huntsville, nope. Madison, nope. Knoxville, yes.
Okay. All right.
Wait, Knoxville, Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
Go Vols.
Ugh.
Look at that. That was awesome.
Bless. But thanks.
It was a
Chris.
great place to grow up.
Yeah.
It's really pretty up there.
We also had John from Huntsville on here real quick. He was texting earlier. He said, turkey for Thanksgiving, ham for Christmas is the way I go.
Okay.
Said, Popeyes is my second favorite chicken. Publix chicken is number 1.
Oh, Publix chicken is so good.
Wait, Publix chicken?
Their chicken fingers?
Oh, yeah.
What?
I don't think they're cooked in beef tallow. They're cooked in crack. They are so good.
great.
Oh, I'm going to have to try them.
Oh, they're so good.
We did have some at a Sunday lunch. Those are very good. That was my first time to try those.
No, there's
very
a little bit of
delicious.
spice in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. My friend Paige brought them.
Not a fan of their pub subs, though. I know everybody loves a pub sub.
You know what? Their pub subs has too much bread, not enough sauce.
Yes.
It got drier over the years.
Did you get your sauce?
I didn't have enough sauce. I didn't think it was just a delicious sandwich like a Jersey Mike's.
What is it they say when you order a Philly cheesesteak up at Whiz? They put whiz. They put whiz cheese on everything.
Or without?
Yeah.
Whiz?
Whiz.
You go to, what is it? Geno's. They're right across from each other. We went there.
Geno's and Shakey's. Geno's and that one.
And Tino's.
And that's exactly what it is.
But anyway, yeah, it's like whiz. You didn't have enough whiz on your sandwich?
I didn't have enough wheel. I
Cheese.
needed some
The
more
whiz
sauce.
on your sandwich?
I needed some more
squeezed
sauce.
cheese.
I did make friends with the lady making the pub sub, but I was disappointed after. Wow, I wasted a lot. It's like a lot of air.
hype.
No.
There it is again.
Always comes up.
All right. When we come back, I want to get your rundown from
Oh yes, from my people.
Bird's Eye, what happened.
Okay.
And there's something else I want to talk about, but I can't remember. Oh, we're going to play that clip. Okay, we're going to play the clip. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP. And I think Allison sent JP a little story, a little clip we're going to play.
She did.
And then JP, I know that you just grabbed a cup of coffee, but I'm pretty sure you've got some thoughts on this whole situation. Did you get your coffee?
I did get my coffee, yeah.
Okay.
We want to play the clip?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
wait. We got to set it up.
Uh-huh.
Because for those of you that aren't watching online, you're going to miss out. It's a room, don't know, but hanging behind these three masked men. They're all in black. They've got beanies on and masks over their face. Are two of them holding like
Guns,
bazookas?
Yeah. They're holding weapons for sure.
And behind them is a giant Irish flag, and it's hanging. And it looks like in Al Qaeda, you're in a cave making a video. But this is in Ireland. These are Irishmen. You have to kind of adjust your ears so you can understand it.
Okay, I'm adjusting.
But this is where they are in Ireland with all the immigration issues.
To the people of Newry, Mourne and Down, we, the New Republican Movement, have watched their councillors and MLAs over the past 12 months. The level of disrespect shown to the people who put you into power, this cannot be ignored any longer. We are proud men of Ireland. We are patriots. Your policies and decision-making in regards to flooding our communities with undocumented military-aged men is not acceptable. We will not sit back any longer and watch our culture and religion destroyed by the people we put in power. Also, the sexual indoctrination of our children in schools has not went unnoticed either. The New Republican Movement will take immediate action against anyone who threatens our ways of life and the safety of our women and children. We have your addresses and known your movements. Every one of you are legitimate targets as of today. The New Republican Movement, the 28th of 11/25.
So basically, if you missed it, they're sitting there with their guns and they are telling all the elected officials that allowed this mass migration, that allowed this takeover of their country, of their culture, that allowed their kids to be indoctrinated. They have their home addresses, their names, where they work, and literally they are coming for them. That's where Ireland is.
There's a lot of ways to deal with it before you get to that point. Like that's the pretty radical. We don't want to get to that point. But in America, if a lot of things don't change, then I feel like that's kind of the road we're on, unfortunately. There's a lot of off ramps we can get off of before that, but it takes the Republican Party actually doing something and doing, accomplishing things. But that's the stage we don't want to be at. And although I agree with what their message is, like their way of going about it is too much.
But what if they are years ahead of us in this? I mean, you look at London and you look at what's happening in Europe, Ireland. They're years ahead of us. So have they exhausted all of those steps and nobody's listening and they're rigging elections and they're putting in these people that... Does that mean we have to go to a break?
That is the bumper music, yeah.
Ew, that stinks.
Radio.
Okay. But I mean, you wonder, are we not that far? Because it doesn't seem like either political party is going to do anything about this.
I agree. There's off ramps we can take, but we got to have the GOP actually do something.
Can we talk about those off ramps on the other side?
Yeah. For sure.
Okay. When we come back, we'll figure it all out in the next segment. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP, and we are having a Nacho Average Tuesday show. And we're discussing basically the Somali fraud. I don't know if you guys saw in the last hour that, is it Jacob Fry, who's the mayor of Minneapolis, told the Minnesotans that he stood with them even though there were 100 federal agents on their way to deal with the fraud. He said, we stand with you.
How can you even stand with that? You're basically saying I stand with theft and everything illegal and everything that's wrong. And, you know, if it had been a bunch of conservatives stealing, there would be no standing.
They'd be in jail already.
They'd be under the jail.
They would.
That's a good point. That well said, JP. Yeah.
They would be hanged in the town square, like
finito.
Gone.
It's finished.
Like the little J6 grandmother that's still in prison.
But you have to also think that there are people that we know and are friends with, maybe on the outer skirts of maybe acquaintance, who think that that's right, Jacob Fry. You should stand with them. They're just refugees and they need our help.
What does Jacob Fry look like?
He looks like a biscuit.
Hideous.
He looks like a baking soda biscuit.
If y'all have the live stream up, I can pull up a picture of him and put him up over there.
Yeah.
Show me Jacob Fry.
We stand with you.
He's the newly reelected Minnesota mayor, by the way. He's the guy that was kneeling at George Floyd's casket crying. I don't know if you remember that or not.
So he's an actor.
Pretty much.
For the highest bidder.
By Pelosi.
Okay. That's great.
Here's a
Let me see this biscuit.
Here's a picture of him. Right?
It's exhausting.
Oh, he looks just like I thought he would. What a weasel.
He's a weasel.
Little curly, slick hair.
He's also the one that after the Catholic school shooting said that thoughts and prayers weren't enough.
Okay. So what
do you
is?
want? Yeah, what do you want?
What's enough, Jacob Fry?
Hey, well, he wants everybody's guns taken away. That's his solution.
Oh, that's funny. You know, in our next story, when we get to Venezuela, which my husband was there right before it became a socialized country, guess what they took away first? Their guns.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, anywho, I digress.
We got some text, by the way, on this topic. Jeremy from Madison says, God bless Ireland. Proud to be Irish, part Scottish, part Jewish. Me as well. My mom's family came over from Ireland, the Kehoes, in the early 1800s. That's my kin people.
That's neat.
Never been to the fatherland, though.
I would not mess with the Irish. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, I think
they're scrappy and a little irrational in the best way.
Apparently, if you read Thomas Sowell's book, and I can't remember the name of it right now, the Irish did settle in the South.
I thought you were about to tell me you were half Irish too, and I was
no, I was going to tell you my son-in-law is.
Oh yeah, he's clearly Irish.
He's a redhead.
And I wouldn't mess with him either.
No, we do not.
No,
I have a really good son-in-law. Anywho, okay, so the text.
Oh, we got Mike from Florence. He said, after January 6th, I started asking, how bad would it have to get and how far would you go to protect the country from the federal government? Sure makes me wonder. Mike from Athens said, will Fry go to jail with them also?
Yes,
Perhaps.
if you want to show your allegiance and stand with them, then put yourself in there as well.
Okay, David from Huntsville's being a smart aleck. He said, Minnesota mayor? Do you mean Minneapolis mayor?
Yeah, we all knew what you
Minneapolis
meant.
mayor. Funny.
Haha.
So funny.
Wait, why is that?
It's not funny.
That's what he is, right?
Yeah, he's a Minneapolis mayor, but I guess
You said Minnesota, but I knew what you meant.
Me? I said Minnesota?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, well, Minneapolis.
You said
I
Minnesota
probably said
mayor.
it too, but I said Minnesotans because that covers everybody.
You're not a Minnesotian?
No, you're a Minnesotan.
Well, he's not even the Minneapolis mayor. He's the Somalian mayor at this point.
He is the Somalian
Is he the one
mayor
that
with the
spoke
Somali
Somalian?
flag.
Mm-hmm.
When
Yes.
he was reelected?
Yeah, just recently.
Yeah, he needs to be punched in the face.
Yeah, he needs to go.
No, seriously, nobody come at me. But like people like that, they just need a good butt kicking, like in an alley.
You just want to just real fast. Just a uppercut. Just
you need to get your butt kicked and pull yourself together.
So, and if anybody's getting upset about what Trump is saying, please save it. We don't have time for that. This is not that time.
No.
What's Trump saying?
He's going off on Ilhan Omar.
Yeah. But so
I thought you were talking about when he called Tim Walz a retard.
Yeah.
And then doubled down on it again. It said something's not right with that man.
How about let's just save it there, Trump? Like something isn't right with him. But he's gone off. He's torching Ilhan Omar.
Well, why wouldn't you? Is that wrong?
Well, but the same people who think that Jacob Fry is the cat's meow also will think that Trump is being rude and terrible for saying what he's saying. It's not our fault. We didn't dump people off in an American city knowing they weren't going to assimilate and then act surprised when this happened, when $1 billion fraud happened. Come on, man.
Yeah, $1 billion with a B in one state, Minnesota.
One.
All from Somalians.
Yeah. How about that restaurant that they pretended
How
they were
about
feeding all
that?
those people? Cash me outside. How about that?
How about that? You well in the Minnesota in Minnesotan, Minnesota's attorney general, who was basically, there's an email or something where it talks about he was going to support the Somalians for campaign donations.
Yeah.
I mean, Minnesota, we just need to blow it up.
We need to start over.
Well, yeah, you asked, I think last segment, like, what are the off ramps to stop us from
what do we
getting
have
to
to do, JP?
Ireland's point of like civil war? Almost, it looks like pretty much what Trump put out in his True Social. What was it this past weekend? Do all of that. Like, do it.
Well, what did he say?
Don't truth it. Just do it. Remigration is the only solution. All third world immigration permanently needs to be shut off, and all the third world immigrants that are currently here need to be shipped out. Afghans, Somalians. That is a solution, because we talked about the National Guard terror incident, how tragic it was. It literally gave Trump a reason to get rid of the Afghans that are here. This one is an even bigger reason, in my opinion, in terms of you got a group of all the same people in terms of Somalians that are here committing fraud out in the open. That is your perfect opportunity. That's low hanging fruit to go in and deport them, send ICE into there and get rid of these people, because they literally committed a felony, I believe, a fraud right in front of you. That's your reason. So the off ramp is for the GOP to get active and start getting rid of these people. And everything Trump said in his True Social was perfect. Remigration being the answer. A lot of Republicans, quote unquote, won't even say remigration. That's the answer, is get action. And then you start to win, support with the GOP. And we just need solutions, because the left, God forbid, if they ever come back into power, they're going to have action, and it's going to be debilitating. So that's the only answer, is for, while the GOP is in power, to get action swift and get rid of these people. That's the answer.
And it has to be codified. It can't be an executive order.
Yeah, they need to be gone, and then there needs to be codified laws to prevent anything like that happening again, and just shut off legal and illegal immigration. That's the answer.
Yeah. No, it is the only answer. This is our house, and we have to protect it. Nobody's hiding their intentions. Please be very, very clear about that. They're not hiding their intentions. We can't hide our intentions. So, yeah, this is we've got a long way to go. They have a 100-year plan. We have no plan. This starts now. This is the plan. Remigration.
Well, and they essentially get to that point in Ireland when they lose trust in the system as a whole. So they have to take action upon themselves. So if even the GOP, if even the GOP can't save us, quote unquote, like if we vote for these people like Lindsey Graham and others with Republican, by their name, even though they're not really conservative, and they're the ones still advocating for, Muslim immigration, even like John Kennedy, who you think is a great one, even he's advocating for, remigration, or the third world immigration. Like if those guys aren't even, spearheading it, then that's when you lose hope altogether. And I'm not trying to be like a doomsday guy, but that's how you get to that point, is when the elected officials you vote in to do something, when they say they're going to do something and then they don't do it, that's when you're like, okay, well, then I had to do something.
That's right.
So the GOP as a whole, as a collective, there's good ones there, but the system as a whole, I feel like, is just not, it's not about the right action. Even when you vote for somebody, with an R by their name that's supposed to do certain things, and then they don't even do it. It's like, okay, well, the system as a whole is corrupted. So
is Trump going to do it?
I hope so. I mean, he's acting like he's going to do it. He's talking about doing it. And I mean, he did only put up that truth like this past weekend. So hopefully soon, we start to see some third world kickback, get him out of here soon. But if he's going to do what he says, then I think it's a great plan of action. But we just have to see if he's actually going to do it.
We're so easily distracted too. Like if he were to truth something else, we'd be like squirrel and kind of forget. And I sometimes wonder if that's what they count on.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it really strongly and in all caps. And I'm going to be forceful. They'll calm down. Then we'll just move on.
Just throw him the red meat.
Because I'm kind of like, you didn't need an excuse. The National Guardsmen didn't have to die.
Exactly. Yeah.
So why didn't we do this before? I'm all for it, but I don't know. I mean, he's not a stupid person. So,
but
you know the answer.
Cheap labor for the people giving him money.
Well, there's something else that went away when this whole story broke. What were we talking about last week?
Epstein.
Where'd that go?
Still got 30 days for Pambani to go through and flag the national security interests.
I'm just saying, no one's talking about that.
See, that's exactly
anymore.
what I'm talking about. Good point, Abs.
So I just,
It pretty much doesn't. Yeah, you're right.
So it's gone. So you're right. We are very distracted, but you're also right, JP. It's up to us because we cannot count on them to do what they are supposed to do. Even at our council or the planning and zoning meeting last night, you're watching that, figuring out who is bought off.
You think you can tell?
Yes. Based on things that were said, trying to punt the issue to the city council rather than making a decision last night. There was definitely, not for most of the committee, but there was definitely some cowardice going on by a particular person. So we have to pay attention. This only works if we're all involved.
Yeah.
That's the way this was set up. And that takes more. We're tired. Who has time for this? Who cares? Look at the guys in Ireland. They wish that they would have started a long time ago.
Agree. I will say last night I was it's usually the Karens, which, I can be a Karen on some issues. So I'm not judging Karens. Sometimes we need some good Karens, but it's usually the moms, the women that are up there talking about their kids or school or whatever, traffic. And several women spoke, but the men that stepped up last night was so refreshing. And that's what it's going to take. And if they can step up and stand in the gap now, we might not have to have them in mass with like AR-15s with the American flag behind them in a cave. Just saying. Like you said, there's several steps in between here and there. So let's explore those.
How about
that?
But and this is my last point of the left is so pissed off with the antics of, the posts that the administration is making. I mean, like you look at these protests and the ICE guys are laughing while throwing protesters around. Like, that's great. But if you don't do what you need to do to actually crush the left so that if they were to get back in power, they literally can't do anything, then they come back into power. They're coming for blood and they don't have an action problem like the GOP does.
Yeah.
They march in order and they go, with their orders, their directives, and they just go and they do it. So it's great. The talk is great, but if you don't actually dismantle Antifa, get rid of the third world immigrants, quickly before even the midterms, then I really don't want to see what a Democrat-led, nation looks like. So like, this is not like we're screwed. This is a kick in the butt. Let's go.
Like now or never kind of thing. On that note, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside. JP, is that like Breaking the Law? Is that song?
Was it?
I don't know.
Breaking the.
I don't know that. Remember
Beavis and Butthead?
No.
Breaking the Law.
Anyway, I like that.
There were a couple of the copyright-free bumps I found that were mimicking actual sons, but maybe that was. I have to listen to it again.
Copyright-free mimicking songs. Good job, dude.
Thank you.
So I'm Amy Beth with Allison, with JP, reading some text before our 3:30 guest joins us. Y'all know her well, Emily Jones, who is running for state school. But yeah, from Huntsville. Madison, obviously. You know,
it's two different places.
It is.
It is.
Never the twain shall meet. Do you like that? That's a Christmas saying. Anyway, so what's going on the text lines, good sir?
By the way, 833-687-4448. If y'all want to get in on the text lines now, let us know your thoughts. We got Dana from Athens saying, y'all notice the Somalis didn't settle in the South. ...
Is that an ellipse?
That was an ellipse, yeah. See, I didn't know it was called an ellipse. I just called it ... Because that's more like, I don't know. That's more effect. Ellipse, that's so lame. ...
Well, now we know. And we know what an M dash is.
You know what an M dash is now.
Yeah, but did you know it was EM?
I did, but I didn't know why.
I
didn't know it was emphasis dash.
Yeah.
It's lame. Matt from Madison says, Fry, isn't that the goofball from Futurama? Fry?
Could be. I don't know anything about Futurama.
What's Futurama?
I don't know.
Is that Futurama Island, like the cartoon?
I know it's a cartoon. I haven't watched it though. I couldn't tell you. We got Paul Bryant from Athens who says, let, quote, repatriation be a part of your love language.
That's good.
Okay. Scott from Athens says, I know it's hard because of Rockefeller GOP money, but we must stop electing eunuchs for the GOP.
Electing?
Oh, sorry. I was trying to say eunuchs and electing at the same time.
That's a good word. I wonder who he is thinking about when he says eunuchs.
Lindsey Graham.
Oh, Lindsey Graham.
I just wondered.
Did I ever tell y'all my Lindsey Graham story?
No.
Allison, have you met Lindsey Graham?
No. But somebody I know was at breakfast with him and Trump, and there was a really funny.
You are going to tell us. I think I do know the story. No, in the break.
Okay, I'll tell it.
Yeah, don't tell it on the air. We don't want to have to use any like allegedly words.
Funny.
Stephen from Athens, by the way, just said it's not an eclipse. And yeah, we said ellipse. Ellipsis. Oh, sorry. Ellipsis, not an ellipse.
Ellipsis.
Oh. Ellipsis?
It's an ellipsi.
He might just be lying.
No, it's ellipsis.
Okay.
It's an ellipsis.
It is. And now you know what that means. You're smarter just because.
Well, I'm going to call it an eclipse just to bother him. ...
That's what it's called.
Who is that? That
was Stephen from Athens.
Stephen. I love eclipses. I use them often.
So great.
That was good.
Okay. Dang it. All right. Listen, in the last hour of the day today, at some point, I have to share some terrible news from an article that I put on our family chat. It's about brain rot.
This is getting better by the minute.
It's such a cheerful show today.
Not your average Tuesday, which I don't even know what that means, but I like it. Is Tuesdays kind of usually boring, maybe? So it's not your
with
average.
us.
That's not your average Tuesday.
Fun. We'll be back with Emily Jones from Madison, not to be confused with Huntsville. But you don't want to miss that. Don't want to miss the article. We're going to talk about Venezuela because apparently we're going to war. Got lots to do. We'll be back.
I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. We are joined by a friend of the show, someone y'all know well, who is running for state school board, Emily Jones from Madison. Emily, how are you today?
I'm good. How are y'all?
We are good.
Look at your cute little picture. You look so happy.
JP's good.
Yeah. How's
I
it
need to use
going?
a new one.
How's campaigning? How's life? Are you exhausted?
I'm not exhausted. Campaigning's good. It's honestly like it's been a little slow because it's the holidays. So, most groups don't get together and most normal people don't want to talk about politics during the holidays. So,
What?
Really?
I know.
Normal people. Hey, tell
Normal
us
people.
exactly, in case we have listeners that don't know, what you're running for and tell us why.
Yeah. So I'm running for state school board. So most people don't even realize that we have a state level school board. They just track their local one. But we do. We have a state school board. It consists of 8 board members, and then our governor is the air quotes president. So I'm running for District 8. So that is the northeast corner of the state. So Limestone, Madison, Jackson, and DeKalb County. And my why, that's always the fun one. Like most people, COVID was a wake-up call for me, and most people on the show know me more from Moms for Liberty stuff, and COVID is what got me involved with Moms for Liberty and politics. And the more I learned through that role and, what exactly is going on in our school systems, the more apparent it became that very few decisions are actually made at the local level, that if you really want to have change, you need to do it at a much higher level. And that is the state level, the state school board. They're the ones that really and truly set policy for the entire state or, state schools. So I just started digging into that more and more and more and realized that if I wanted to have change, then that's where I needed to be focused. So here we are.
So what kind of issues do you want to tackle or that are brewing right now at the state school board level?
I think the big thing is we just need to have a better functioning state school board. And I don't say that as a negative about anybody that's currently on the board, but when you look at what the school board is supposed to do, when you look at the Alabama code, they're supposed to pass policies for the entire state, public schools. And to some extent, I think they have done that, but I know you guys have been very involved in the gender ideology bill that we've been dealing with for going on 4 years now. And while I love Mike Butler and I love everything he's doing to fight for that, we really don't have to have legislative action to get that done. Your state school board can just pass the policy. And for example, Florida passed a law years ago that prohibited gender ideology in public schools for K through 8. When that law went to the state school board for implementation, the state school board said, that's great. We're going to expand that via policy and make it apply K through 12. So that's why Florida has K through 12 prohibitions on this, is because they passed a policy, not a law. We can do the same thing in our state. I love what Mike's doing, but we don't have to have Mike doing that. The state school board could just do that. It would be difficult. It would require standing firm, but they can do it. They have the authority to do it. So that's really the big thing I want to focus on, is just let's get the board to the position where they're actually doing what they're elected to do, to pass policy, to get our schools focused on education, so that we're not ranked 47th in the nation and we're ranked, like 27th. That would be grand. I would be satisfied with 27th.
That's an idea.
Hey, it's improvement.
Yeah, it is.
We should shoot for number 1, but let's go for 27 first.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll make it
I'm
there.
with you.
So I've got a question
Yes.
though. Why do you think the school board in Ruby Red, Alabama is not doing that? I would guess the majority of parents would appreciate that policy.
Why do I think they're not passing policy, or the gender ideology?
The gender ideology policy.
I think it requires a couple of things. And you know this, Allison, because we've had these discussions so many times. People don't think it's happening here. So the default is, why do we need a policy to prohibit something that's not here? I think that's a lot of it. Our current school board, none of them have young children in public school. Now, they may have grandchildren, but they don't have kids in the classroom. They don't see firsthand what parents are dealing with. I mean, like I've found these books on my son's school issued Chromebook, so I know this stuff is there. So I think that's the big thing. They just don't realize the stuff is there to know that you need a policy. And even if it's not there, let's be proactive and let's prohibit it. And that way it doesn't ever get there. But I think that's the main thing. I just don't think they really understand what's happening. So they don't know what they need to do to prevent it. And then, of course, it's just like the legislator. Like, why is it taking 4 years to get this done?
Yeah.
It shouldn't. We're reading at Alabama. This should be easy. But it requires people standing up and saying what is deemed the controversial thing in our state. So,
Well, I can send them, not a bad idea. I'll send them the document that I put together. Do you remember that?
It's a dandy.
I do.
Yeah. And it shows it all, probably more than they ever
Yeah.
want to know. So I'll be happy to send that on to them so they cannot claim ignorance anymore. And then when you get there, you can pass this policy very quickly. I'm curious, from you talked about the state level and how they control a lot in our education. What do you think about abolishing the Department of Education? It's been talked about a bit. Trump came in strong and then it kind of died and then it came back. How would that work in Alabama? And would you be for it?
I'm for it. I'm all for states' rights. To the extent that we can get them there. There's a couple of things that should not be held at the state level, but education is one that needs to be state level. We can go back and revise standards. We can look at funding allocations, and we can do a ton of different things if we're not having to answer to the federal government. We can change how we assess curriculum. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can do when we're not hand-tied over federal regulations that really don't make sense in our state. Will we get there? I don't know. I'm hopeful, but I think there's a lot of unknowns with it. And this is the part, because, I have a background in defense finance, so I know how the financial part of that works in the defense world. I'm curious how it will work if they're successful in abolishing the Department of Ed, because I keep hearing that they will do block grants, which essentially just means they're going to say, like, here, Alabama Department of Ed, like, here's X amount of millions of dollars. Go figure out how to allocate this out to your states. I don't know how we currently manage all of the federal funding that comes in. I have attempted to figure that out in years past, and I hit so many roadblocks that I just gave up.
That's
so figuring out how
surprise.
you take I know, shocking, right? Full transparency. But figuring out how the financial piece of that will work is most intriguing to me. Because like I said, I know how the defense side of it works, and you have to basically outline, like, here's my requirements and why I need it, and here's the mission impact if you don't fund it. And then the higher ups bless off on what they're funding and not funding, and then you just had to figure it out. Are we going to do the same thing with our education system? I don't know. And are we currently putting plans in place to think through what those steps might look like? I don't know.
I will say
that to me is the big part.
Yeah, but if you don't have to implement all these crazy federal programs, that would take a ton of money that we just throw at stupid stuff in the education system. So I think there's a way it could work. And Alabama is giving more money to education with way less results. So I think we could just shift some things around. I'll help you on that too.
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
Yeah. Okay. I've got a quick question for you. So we've heard that something is going on with civics textbooks in Alabama. Do you know anything about that, A? And B, what is the process if somebody wanted to, or the state goes, we're going to change out the textbooks? Isn't there a selection committee involved with picking out textbooks for school?
Yes. So are you talking the social studies?
Yes, that's it. It's the social studies.
Yeah. Look, this is a hot mess, and it shouldn't be. So if you go look at Alabama law, and I can send you the actual Alabama code because I had to look it up the other day. If you go look at it from beginning to end, there is very much, like you said, Beth, there is a committee that has to go and review this. And I don't know what all it entails, but they have to look at the textbooks and compare it to the standards to make sure that at a minimum, it meets the standards. Now, you can have a bunch of additional stuff in there you don't need, but it has to meet the standard. And then the committee takes a report back to the state board, and basically, I'm going to kind of paraphrase, but basically, like 5 people submitted a bid. Here's the top 3. Here's the reasons why. If you've ever been involved in a proposal process, that's just kind of the typical process, right? Here's the recommendation of the top 3, and then the board has to vote on it. But in that process, there is a part that says the public or the state board has to allow the public time to make comments on the textbook options. So in order to make comments, the public has to have access to the textbooks, obviously. So what's happened recently is somebody with the Department of Ed, and I can't remember the gal's name or I would share that, but she put out a memo that said, hey, the social studies books are available at these dedicated locations across the state. You have until such and such date to go review it and provide feedback. Well, I went to the place here in Huntsville, which is the UAH library, and it was a disaster. Like everything's been shoved in the corner. It's books, I'm not even kidding you, that go back for 5 years.
Oh, God.
Nothing is labeled. I have no idea what's current. So I couldn't review anything. So I sent an email to this lady and put the board on there and just said like, hey, this is an issue. Like I'm trying to review this per the law, per my responsibility as a citizen. I can't find the textbooks. Will you please tell me where they are, where I can find them, whatever. And of course, I was just met with resistance, and I was told per state code, they cannot share that information with me until after they vote, which is not true.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. So in the meantime, they have pushed the vote. So they were originally supposed to vote in November. They did not. I was told they were going to vote in December, and Dr. Mackey, the state superintendent, did email me back directly and said, no, we're not voting on this in December. So I had assumed that it was kind of we don't have a timeline, but per law, they have to get new textbooks because they have to update them so many few years and they're on a timeline. So I don't know when they're going to vote on it, but to date, the books have not been made available to the public to review, to provide comment.
That's delightful.
We need to stay up on that.
And I think, Allison, I told you this, part of the issue that I have heard is that the dates in the textbook are wrong. So for instance, it doesn't have the correct year in which Alabama became a state.
Oh,
so
didn't it say it was 1818 instead of 1819? I mean, it's something silly like that.
I have no idea. I've not seen it. But I'm told it's something like that.
Yeah.
Basic that you should get right.
You probably, I mean, I'm just, I'm just spitballing here.
Maybe that's why we're not 27th.
Probably.
I mean, everybody's going to fail the test. Emily, we've got to take a break. Or do I have a few minutes? Can I? Okay. I got to ask you about the RAISE Act, which is one thing that Amy Beth and I just kind of discovered recently. I didn't even know they passed it last session, and their new allocation per student for funding. Do you have any comment on that, or have you looked into it much?
I've looked into it. So it just so happens Arthur Orr is the one that sponsored that, and he's my senator. So I did talk to him about it last year. It was just happenstance that I was in his office when some info came out about it. So I'm with you. Like I knew it was happening because I had talked to him about it, but I didn't fully realize that it had passed. I've glanced at it. I've not looked at it in a lot of detail. I do think there's some potentially good things in there. There's some new reporting requirements. I'll say air quotes, accountability. It all depends on how people share information, if it's actually transparent. But I do think there's some goodness in there. But I'm also a little concerned because it's vague language. So, you have to be fiscally transparent. Well, what does that mean? Mm-hmm. So we're going to essentially give more money to certain school districts based on different criteria. I don't know that we're going to have more transparency in what they're doing with it. So that's kind of my concern with it. But I think y'all know a whole lot more about the details of it than I do, honestly.
I just, if as you get down the road, if you start hearing things or learning things, I would love to be wrong about it, because we do need to revamp education in Alabama. And maybe the way we have been allocating money is antiquated and outdated. But it seemed a little bit like just a way to, again, incentivize a community that is here because most of the language in the website that I was reading was talking about English as English learners, and the money that was going to English learners, and the money that was going to all these underprivileged, whatever. And I just was kind of like, this again seems a little bit like wealth redistribution of a way to prop up a community that I'm not even sure we should be supporting with our tax dollars. If you have an illegal in front of you, I'm not sure it's our responsibility to educate you. People may disagree with me, But
No, no, no,
I'd be
I'm
curious
with
as you
you.
come across information, just keep us posted on that.
Yeah, the English language learners,
There you
that's
go,
a
ELL.
whole nother,
Hmm.
it's a whole nother issue. And it goes back very much to federal mandates because there's something called the McKinney-Vento Act that says schools can't turn these kids away.
Yep.
So then they're stuck in your schools. You can't do anything with it. The federal government's not funding you. So what do? Well, it becomes the state budget.
Yep.
And oh, by the way, because of McKinney-Vento, you can't track them. So you can't go back to the federal government to say you need to reimburse me. So it is a massive, massive, massive issue. So I see where you're going with that. And definitely something I'm going to keep an eye on now that you pointed that out, because it shouldn't be a state issue to fund this when it's the federal government's responsibility for letting them in.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, maybe unintended consequences, and it's a good bill, but I think it's something we need to look out for. Emily, we've got to go to a break. Thank you so much. But how can people find you if they want to donate to your campaign or learn more about you?
Easiest thing, just to go to my website, Emily Jones for State Board. Easy peasy.
Oh, that was really easy.
That was simple.
Okay.
Thanks,
I
Emily.
have an for politics.
Emily, thanks so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Good luck. Get some rest.
Thank you.
Get back out there in Madison and Huntsville, separate places. We'll be right back.
So I want to remind you, Inspire Advisors is one of our sponsors, and they are doing amazing work. Look, I know this audience. You're the kind of folks who believe in standing up for your principles. You're good stewards of what you have for resources. What if the companies you are investing in, though, don't reflect your values at all? Well, that's why you need to meet Paul Breyer and his team at Inspire Advisors. Inspire Advisors, experts in the field of biblically responsible investing. Look, they can help you grow your bottom line while also being proud of what companies you invest in. Inspire Advisors, you got to check them out. Here's their website, www.moneypatternwealth.com. That's Inspire Advisors, www.moneypatternwealth.com, and tell them you heard about it on Rightside Radio.
Welcome back to Rightside. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP for a short segment where we bring you all kinds of cheerful news like this. Are you guys serious right now with what you just shared in the break?
Well, apparently cute little Juice Kiffin,
Yeah.
Lane's quote unquote dog, was never really his dog. Like, I guess it was like a rent-a-dog program. Didn't take him with him to LSU. Apparently, Juice just showed up for photo ops, JP.
And he had a Twitter account.
He had his own Twitter account.
Yeah.
And then Lane and his family would pose with the dog.
And there was his way to ask sorority girls to come babysit Juice.
No.
Oh,
No.
come on.
Yeah.
No. Is that in some of the texts that we saw too?
Yeah.
If y'all have missed that, there's
Okay.
lots of little texts and Snapchats between Lane Kiffin and
The Lanestein files.
Does he have a wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they
Is she going
split
with him?
up years ago
Okay.
because all this happened
Because
everywhere. And then apparently he
he
was a changed man.
struggles.
But he's not a changed man.
Not enough. No.
I don't know if he'll have a wife for very long.
I don't think that if these texts are true and screenshots, girl, you got to get going.
Yeah, and one of them, he's talking to a girl and saying, I really need my girlfriend to help me make this big decision.
Yeah.
That's called your wife. That she's your permanent girlfriend.
Bless it. And there's that picture of him and his cute wife with Juice, and none of that's real.
Oh, do you have the picture pulled up? I need to
Yeah.
see his wife because I thought the picture I saw, she's like a doll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I play it, it'll
Girl,
play.
that's a him problem. That's not a you problem. It'll become a you problem if you stick around for the nonsense. Please go.
Please go.
Please go on. He will not change.
And in other news, did y'all see Feinbaum is not running for the Senate?
I did see that
Mm.
because he was going to get creamed. More
I
than
mean,
likely.
You
it
think
was
so?
a dumb decision.
Yeah. He would have gotten destroyed, I think. I think that's why he's not running.
Where did AJ McCarron go?
He's still running. He's not talking to anybody, but he's still running.
Mm.
He's in his quarter zip somewhere,
Yeah.
He is.
hiding from the press. We need to ask him on.
Yeah, we do.
Let's
Oh.
reach
Hey,
out to
AJ,
him.
We'll probably
come
say no.
on. But
I did
we're
see
so
Wes Allen
friendly.
at the football game this weekend. We're going to get him on.
Okay. All right,
AJ,
Wes.
step up. You can be on too. All right, we'll be back. What are we doing?
Clown
World montage.
Clown World montage, my favorite, because it's not your average Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. And we have a little fun for you today, just in the middle of all of the mayhem, because it's been heavy news, and we'll get to some more of the news. But it's a new little segment, and it's called
Clown World.
I think we need to, I call it stories from Clown World. Because y'all had adventures from Woke World.
Yeah, Adventures from Woke World, which
Yeah.
had this sound effect.
Adventures in Woke World.
I like it. Well, what's our sound effect for this one?
I mean, there's a sound effect at the beginning of the montage. I can, I guess, kind of be the sound effect for
all
it.
right.
Yeah,
We're ready.
We'll
can't
give you
wait.
a pass.
Okay.
All right, we ready for the Clown World montage?
Yes, please.
We need to.
I am the non-binary final boss because you don't know what I was born as. You don't know what I've transed to. You don't know what I've detransed from.
Are you sure about that? We know that this is an issue that disproportionately affects Black Pennsylvanians who wear their hair in protective styles like locks and natural braids or twists. From someone getting fired simply because of how they look, or maybe someone getting passed over for a job because of the way they wear their hair.
Okay, this is great. We've got our girl squad and we're bullying the ICE vehicles and state troopers. So this is a win.
I hate the city, I hate the bachelorettes, I hate the pedal taverns, I hate country music. I hate all of the things that make Nashville apparently an it city to the rest of the country, but I hate it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Hey Lane, so quick question. Is this not your dog? Apparently I'm the last to know that Juice Kiffin is not actually Lane Kiffin's dog. So all this time, you and your family were just pretending to have a dog? What kind of psychotic behavior is that?
Everyone gets nervous when there's a special announcement from the pastor. So I get to announce with joy that I'm transitioning. I'm affirming and saying to all of you that I am transgender. And so the best way to put this is that I'm not becoming a woman, I'm giving up pretending to be a man.
Let me think. Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all,
JP. Oh, that was good.
It's
I love
funny,
Clown World.
but it's so sad.
It is sad.
I can't. What did we start with? I should have written them all down, but I was entrenched in the video.
We started with I would have been able to tell you until you know what we can pull back. Oh, it's the you can't tell what I transitioned from. I'm the king of trans. You can't tell what I was born as, whereas clearly a guy cosplaying as a girl.
And there are people that watch that and go, "You're right. I'm so proud of you. You're right. You can't tell. We can't tell if you detransitioned or you transitioned," which actually that really confuses me. So is legitimately asking a male that becomes a female or thinks they do, is that a transgender female or a
Yes.
transgender male?
Transgender female.
Okay, because you transed your gender to be a female.
Yeah. So even in the name, they're implying that they weren't actually a female.
Yeah, just same brain. Right there was where my head was.
So you're telling on yourself,
basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
just by saying you're transgender.
I think the mustache was a giveaway too.
It just, I'm just
Just me.
suggesting maybe
Yeah.
it was, even though he had a face of makeup trying to look like a female. I just want to know where the parents were during these conversations where their child came home from college and said, "I'm a girl." Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. Also,
not prepared for that.
Also, so we saw Josh Shapiro last week, or maybe it was even the week before, I can't remember, talking about hair in Pennsylvania. That is my state of origin, even though I got here to Alabama as quickly as possible. Hair. There's a law about hair in Pennsylvania.
Hair
You're gonna get
discrimination.
passed over or ignored how about maybe just be good at your job and that's not even going to be a factor? Or is that just
it's,
me?
It's called the Crown Act. And I'm so serious, Abs, because you are half black and you do have curly hair and your
Yes.
kids have very curly hair.
Mhm.
Have you ever been discriminated against because of your hair?
Oh,
No?
it's ridiculous. I mean, it's literally ridiculous that the left continues to traffic in victimhood and act surprised why so many people left their party. But no, it is the dumbest, most offensive. It's so offensive that they decided that, you know what, we have nothing else to talk about. We live in a first world country and we're going to invent our problems. And now our problems are that we're the Crown Act and you can't be discriminated against for your hair. What is he talking about that somebody was passed over for a job because of the hair they had?
Well, I'm thinking.
I'm so confused by that.
I've really thought about this because, black hair is now a protected class, basically, in Pennsylvania. And so I'm thinking it's more like the Cam Newton, like the wild sticky out hair.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be a problem even if you were white? You did like some Whoville hair.
It's not the type of hair.
Like,
it's
I don't think it's a color
You're
thing.
telling me about yourself. 93% of our communication is nonverbal. So when I roll up on you with a sticky outy crazy hair, or you've got dreads, perhaps whatever color you are, because in the Bible there is one race and it is different tribes, but please with that already, for the love of all that's good and holy, y'all need to understand you're telling about yourself with your hair and your dress and your attitude.
Right. And white people can have dreads
and be equally as crazy hair as anybody else.
My cousin, who's a ginger, like ginger,
yeah,
had dreads.
Ugh.
And he was in music. He was very artistic. And so he was very and it was like, I wouldn't hire him. It smelled. And he wore I love the thrift store, but he would buy thrift store clothes and wouldn't wash them, kind of thing, like in that grunge. And then they smelled
it smells so bad.
And he is very, very white. There's not an ounce of black in him. And I wouldn't have I would have passed over him. Now he's since pulled it together. But I'm just saying, why don't white people get a pass for a bad hair day?
Yeah, and if anybody's discriminated over, there was a part of the clip about how kids are getting suspended because their hair isn't professional enough. Like the school I went to, everybody had a dress code with their hair black or white.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and it never was a if a white kid had hair too long or something and was dress coded, it wasn't because he had white hairs, because his hair was out of dress code.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a professionalism. Oh, you got dreadlocks? Suspended. You're not professional. No, it's length, or probably it has to be kept or whatever. But it's the victimhood mentality again of they have to write a state law to say you can't discriminate over. It's like, okay,
you don't have enough to be concerned about.
Exactly.
You don't. So it's hair, really. Yeah, it's what we talked about yesterday. There is, does it meet human flourishing? Yes or no? And when you show up like that, you are telling people about yourself. I'm sorry, you think you're not, but you are. With the crazy hair colors, that's a whole white people thing. I mean, really and truly, crazy hair colors. Not going to hire you. If you smell bad, not going to hire you. If you look dirty, not going to hire you. If you have a bad attitude, not going to hire you. So many things have nothing to do with your hair. Nothing. So boo Pennsylvania on this foolish idea that there's some, and you said something that was really important, that hair is a protected class. So now we've gone beyond thinking we should help people to now we're helping inanimate objects. Does that make any sense?
And generally the things that you were protected, the protected classes were things you couldn't control, like a disability or whatever it was. And now you can't brush your hair. So we're going to protect you. I am curious, since this is the circle of trust and we're having honest conversations,
Yes,
and you
ma'am.
are
Nobody else is listening. Yeah.
black
Nobody's
enough
listening.
Triangle
to
of
have
trust.
this conversation.
Yes, ma'am. I am.
Michelle Obama came out recently talking about that we're like sick of having to live up to white beauty standards and how white people make Black people straighten their hair, and that she's tired of it, basically. Is that it? Do white people actually impose that and say, I'm not going to take you seriously unless you have straight hair? Or is that something that the Black community just feels like that pressure?
Oh boy, you're really going to get me in trouble.
I mean, we got to go to a break so I can cut it all. I'm genuinely, because she talked about it so authoritative. Ironically, her hair was straight as she was saying that.
Who paid for her hair to get did?
Her glam squad.
So is that her problem? Are there standards of beauty? Yes. Are there standards of beauty in different communities of people? Yes. But it's up to the person if they choose to follow them or not. Nobody ever made me. Well, I mean, I was little, so I started getting my hair straightened when I was little. It's fine.
You also thought you were Italian.
I did think I was Italian until 8 years ago. Oh, it's fine.
Have we ever told that story?
We haven't told that story. My best friends all knew I was late to my own party. But no, when I heard Michelle Obama talk about it, I thought, you are perhaps the most entitled human being I've ever heard. Nothing out of your mouth is ever positive. It's always about how you are almost a billionaire, but very put upon, including now your hair because of white standards of beauty. That's honestly, when it comes to hair or anything else on us, it's a security issue. Where do you find your identity? Is it in the person and work of Christ and who he made you to be? Or is it with what everybody else has to say about you? That was such a BS, ridiculous conversation that they were having on a woman who has Netflix series. They have these mansions that they never had before. She got a job just because her husband went into the Senate and suddenly she needed to look busy. Jesus is coming. I got to act like I'm doing something. What an entitled, spoiled brat to say that every single time out of her mouth. It has to do with poor me. And she is laughing all the way to the bank, and people are lapping up what she says. And it is unbelievable. But it also does go way, way back to a conversation we probably are not ready to have yet about the plantation. And I'm not going to go there.
Oh, abs.
I'm not going there.
Well, what does it mean? Because I always, when I was like in 6th grade, perms were really big in the 80s, and I always wanted curly hair. Like, and my mom, because I have really thick hair, she would never let me get a perm, which praise Jesus, because it would have just been fried and frizzy. But what does it mean that I wanted curly hair?
It means you liked curly hair. I mean, we like what we like. We appreciate what we appreciate. And if we're saying that white people imposed a standard of beauty on her, that's her problem, because she was envious and jealous. And that's what Marxists do, right? That's who they are to their core. And that's the politics of deep envy. So she wants to put it on all white people that she decided to straighten her hair, which was ironic that her hair was straight. Just wear your hair curly. Wear it however you want to wear it. You have all the money in the world to do whatever you want with it. But yeah, sometimes we admire, I like the way her hair looks. I don't prefer that hairstyle. Do what you want.
Yeah.
We need to do St. Augustine's quote, love God, do what you want, because when you love him, everything's going to be in order. But this constant victimhood mentality by a very well-to-do Black woman in this country is ludicrous, and she doesn't deserve to be listened to anymore. And yet people are like, whatever you say, Mother Michelle, whatever you say, that's exactly right. It is standards of beauty. I mean, did I want to have really straight hair when I was a kid? Yeah, I really did. But that's because I liked it. It wasn't because somebody imposed it on me. I also had to learn that there's a whole thing about being secure and insecure. And we all have our thing that we're insecure about. Maybe 7 things we're insecure about. And we want to put the blame at other people's feet, but we can't. It always starts with us. And every time the woman is on the stage, it seems that she's blasting what's on the inside. And it's never anything good, true, or beautiful, ever.
I know I never had a Black person tell me I had to have curly hair. I just liked it.
I never had a white person say, girl, you got to have straight hair.
I think you should just have whatever hair you want.
Just do it. I have told my children, though, when I get to heaven, it'll be really curly. And so, like, look out for me. Because mine's ruined, but my kids are not ruined, and we never put anything on their hair.
Beautiful.
I love their hair.
Curls.
We promised, literally in the delivery room, shook hands, we'll never touch their hair.
Good for
Let
you.
their hair be. Don't do me, do you. And whatever that looks like, be happy with that. There you go.
Michelle should listen to this show.
She should.
Michelle also said America wasn't ready for her to run for president because she's a black woman. America's not ready for that.
I mean, could you ever imagine she and her husband ushered in, I think, the most divisive age in our history.
I caught that out.
Did you hear that?
I heard that.
I think we said that when Amy Beth wasn't here. We talked about this actually. And
did we? I missed it.
Wait, it was when you were in Cancun. And I think I stopped myself from saying, and then Allison told me to say it about, well, Michelle may not be able to win, but Big Mike can win if he runs.
That's for Thinker Thursday.
Yes.
If she was just a man, she wouldn't care about her hair.
No.
She would be free.
Exactly.
Go be Mike. You do it, girl. You can be Mike. All right. We'll have a short segment coming back, but then we still have more clown news to cover after that. So,
oh my gosh.
We'll be
there's
back
just not enough time.
in a minute.
Welcome back to Rightside. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. And JP, I think we have some text.
We do have some text. 833-687-4448. If y'all want to get it on the text line, let us know your thoughts on what we're pontificating about. We got Mike from Florence. He was talking about the Lane Kiffin thing of him cheating on his wife, maybe, allegedly. He said, tell her after she takes the house and money, I'll be able to treat her right. So Mike from Florence said about Lane Kiffin's wife.
She takes the house and money. I'll be able to treat her right.
Okay. All right.
I don't get it.
He wants Lane Kiffin's wife after she leaves him because he's cheating on her.
I mean, she's such a beautiful lady.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Just keep going. I'm an idiot.
Moon Pie from Madison says, my wife shared with me that when someone claims to be a quote trans man or quote trans woman, the best way to remember which is to replace the word trans with fake.
Oh,
It's true.
That is
well said.
Who said that? Moon Pie?
Moon Pie from Madison.
Moon
A moon pie sounds delicious
Your
right
wife
now.
is a genius.
It does.
Gosh, that makes so much sense.
We got Cooter from Huntsville.
Cooter.
Says, what about a mullet? Talking about the hair.
Hey, actually,
awesome.
A mullet is kind of offensive. My son had one, and then he had the little mustache that went along with it. I wouldn't hire him. No way. No way. He's very white. White people can mess up some hair too.
Just please wear the quarter zip and, just look neat.
At least clean.
Yeah. Everybody. You
Yeah. That mustache that he had looked really dirty. We'll be back.
Hey, my friends, Phil Williams here. You've heard me talk about Inspire Advisors, how Paul Breyer and his team at Inspire Advisors will help you grow your investment portfolio while also screening out the companies that don't stand for conservative Christian principles. Look, they are experts in what is known as biblically responsible investing, and they are now offering a limited opportunity for a free class on that BRI. Check out the class, register for free, their website, www.moneypatternwealth.com. It's godly, it's conservative, it's financial freedom, y'all, with Inspire Advisors at www.moneypatternwealth.com. Check them out. Tell them you heard about it on Rightside Radio.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm JP alongside Amy Beth. Not currently Allison, but Allison normally. She had to step out. But anyways, we got a caller on the line. We got Jeff Rowe from Indiana on the line. Jeff Rowe, what's going on, man?
Going through Nashville like usual at this time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, per
at a
usual.
slow pace.
Yeah.
Yep. I hate this place.
So
Hey,
Nashville ain't got me
Jeff,
better.
is it? Can you tell if it's busy extra just because of election day today?
No, these people can't drive 7 days a week, so it doesn't matter what there's an election or not.
I just wondered. You know what I'm saying?
I do, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, I know.
is it raining? What's the day like up there?
No, it's not raining. It's about 33 degrees here right now, so it's a little chilly. But they didn't get any snow in Nashville, but we got pretty good snow this morning in Indiana. So it stopped off about Bowling Green coming down.
Y'all can keep that snow up there above the Mason-Dixon, please. Thank you.
I tried to bring you some down, but it just wouldn't follow me.
Please don't. The cold rain is enough for me. I'm good with that.
Yeah, especially driving in. We got about maybe 2 or 3 inches or whatever. That we didn't even recognize it was even on the ground hardly. But in Alabama, it'd probably be a snow disaster. I'd have to
Oh yeah,
pull out the National Guard for that.
It's
Agreed.
true.
Well, what's on your mind today, Jeff Rowe?
You're talking about these hairstyles.
Oh yeah.
I can see it becoming. If you got a law that says you can't be discriminated against your hairstyle and everything, and you can't make you do anything, I would try the system. If I was it Pennsylvania, I think that did it.
Yes.
Okay. If I was in Pennsylvania working for somebody, I would come in there with like a 3-foot high fro with imprinted into the place I worked, and then say something derogatory about it. And if they couldn't say anything about my hair, they would have to fire me basically for something. And then I could just file a lawsuit against them and say, oh, I was discriminated because of my hair.
Yeah, like paint in your hair. My boss sucks. So then when you get fired, it's hair discrimination.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah,
Hey,
I see what you mean.
Yeah, and that's how I wear my hair. So that it would be, unless there's something against that, it wouldn't be illegal according to the law.
That's a great, actually. So does the Crown Act apply to white people?
I don't think so. I think it's specifically for African Americans to not be discriminated against for their hair.
Oh, well, I could identify as black then.
Now
you
you're
go.
Identify as
Trans
if you can
black.
identify as I'm trans black, of course.
Yeah.
I think that is a thing.
Oh, it's a thing. I mean, this intersectionality is a whole thing. We know.
Well, Pocahontas, that's what she did and everything. So I guess if she can do it, I can too. I'm no better than a senator, am I?
Exactly.
Good night. Oh, it's ridiculous.
That image, though, I'd like to see Jeff with an afro. I wonder what that would look like.
Yeah. You know what? You need to capture his picture and then do that.
AI and afro.
AI afro.
Yeah. I might have to AI something up there for long. It's starting to get thin. I might be looking like JP for long.
Jeff, listen, just bite the bullet like I did. Just get rid of it.
Just go for it.
That's
My
it.
trouble is I can't grow facial hair. I'm pretty bad at that too. So I'd be just a bald guy with a bold face.
Well, you can just draw a beard on the marker. It'll look good.
Well, there you go. I can put one of them ZZ Top beards on, maybe.
Yeah.
Look like a old brother. Where art thou?
That is a good look. I think it's coming back a little bit.
What?
Oh, it is.
The long beards and
Ugh.
kind of scraggly.
To that
Yeah.
I say, ugh. Ew.
I'm offended.
I don't enjoy them. But you know what?
Scraggly beards.
You do you. Anyway.
We might not hire you, but go do you.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine.
Well,
I
Jeff,
wonder if that applies for facial hair.
I know that's a good question.
It's a whole nother law.
Yeah, it's a whole other
The
law.
Only if you're black.
The Beard Act.
Yes.
That's what they need
comb it up
now.
over my face and look like Cousin Ed or something.
It's true. Well, Jeff, we got to wrap up the show. We talk about some Venezuela stuff here, but we appreciate you calling in as always.
You all have a good one. Thank
You
you.
too.
Thanks,
See ya.
Jeff. Where was he? I missed it.
He was in Nashville.
Bless his heart.
I checked on Daryl.
How
He's
was
back.
Daryl?
He's out there and he's alone, and I don't understand. Like, do you think he just is mean and nobody likes him?
I think he has visitation rights only on holidays.
Yeah.
They came in for Thanksgiving
That-
and
that
they're
was-
like, flew out.
The other goose was his teenage son going to his. for
Yeah.
No, they go to
Thanksgiving.
their moms for
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah. You're like, oh, she's not as good of a cook as you are, Dad.
Bless it. He's standing out there just squawking.
Yeah, he's feeling feisty. I think he's missing his family genuinely. I think they left him.
He's mourning something.
They flew the coop.
They flew. Gone.
Maybe there's one of those that got hit by a car.
Oh, don't say that.
Did
That's
you
sad.
see one in the road?
No, but I mean, you don't know. Anyway, I think it has to do with duck goose visitation rights. That's what it is.
Goose court.
Duck.
Yeah.
goose.
So, anywho,
Okay.
Venezuela.
In all for realness, we've got warships. We have Trump is holding, I guess it's already happened. He was holding a cabinet meeting at 2:00. I guess 1:00 our time. Have we been on the Twitters to see what happened?
Yeah, there was an announcement at 2:00, and it actually was unrelated, but I'll pull it back up because it was kind of an interesting announcement.
Oh.
I
I thought it was like a declaration of war.
No, it was not. It was not that. But Trump did apparently have a phone call with Maduro yesterday, and he said it didn't go good, didn't go bad. He just said, it was a phone call. But apparently Maduro was offering to stay in control of the military while stepping down from power, and Trump was like, no. And so Maduro was pretty much offering up a lot of stuff like counter offers, and they were all shot down. So, and I don't know how old that clip was that Trump put up that Truth Social with the clip that we played about Maduro saying how Biden facilitated the Tren de Aragua migration into America. I don't know how old that clip is. Like, I don't know if Trump just kind of saw it on his Instagram reels and posted it or something, but I don't know. I think Maduro is definitely on the way out. Part of me thinks we won't even go to war because it's not going to be a conventional war.
No.
It's Venezuela.
Yesterday you said it was imminent.
I know, but military action and war, like, okay, well, I guess when I say war, like, we're not going to be in a quagmire against Venezuela, like the Middle East, like war meaning probably, some airstrikes, and I don't think we'll see like conventional boots on the ground, I guess is what I'm saying. It'll be airstrikes, stuff like surgical until Maduro just feels the pressure and leaves. Or will Maduro just cave from the pressure and step down? I don't think that'll happen, but I guess it's an option. But I don't think we'll see like conventional troops on the ground war, I guess. It'll be missiles. And it's Venezuela, so we're kind of a little bit of a superpower against them. But Trump's announcement, by the way, was the Invest America Act. It creates a tax advantage savings account for every child born between 2025 and 2028. Starting with a $1,000 government seed. Families can add to it over time, and the funds grow through long-term investing. It's designed to give the next generation a financial foundation from day one. So that was his announcement today.
Where are they getting that money?
That's a good question.
Tariffs probably is what they're going to claim.
But then they're also going to give everybody a $2,000 check if you make under $100,000, and we're cutting income tax.
It's a great time to be an American. I mean, who knows what's going to happen next? Can we, however, pause with the Venezuela situation? Do we think there's anything to what Maduro said about Biden helping to create Tren de Aragua?
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think that's an interesting consideration because the more we learned about the CIA and the more we learn about the things that they do and don't, I think that's an interesting thing that he's like, hey, go look at the documents. I think that's an interesting part of the conversation. I have no idea what's going to happen. They've been in free fall since 2010. They've got bad economics. People are hungry. The elites are doing well. I mean, it's the same old socialist trope. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know that we at least have a president who's like, we're going to be done with the whole drug situation. So I don't really care what you think. This is how this is going to go. I think it's enough to make him fold. I do. I hope that nothing happens beyond, all right, I'm done. I'm out. He's out. Who's the other guy that Bolsonaro was elected rightfully, right?
I believe so. I believe that's his name.
I don't know.
But is this Trump just playing his game, doing his thing? Or is this really?
I think it's Trump trumping.
Well, Trump is trumping, but also I think we've got a Secretary of State in Marco Rubio who's very hawkish, and Marco Rubio is also Cuban, and Venezuela and Cuba are buddies, and he's got a beef with Cuba. So I think there's a lot of that. So a Trump is trumping for sure, but I think a lot of the folks in the decision-making roles are very hawkish against Venezuela. And I mean, like I said yesterday, I think a lot of it is rightfully so. But they're not interested in making any deals. I don't think. I think they just want Maduro gone. So I think
I agree.
It'll just be it won't be boots on the ground. I don't think you'll see any troops going through Venezuela. I think CIA is doing boots on the ground, and then eventually we'll start seeing coordinated airstrikes.
This is going to be interesting. This is one of those nights where you just keep the TV on.
It's kind of close.
Keep the news on specifically.
Usually it's way over there.
Yeah. No, it's just right
over
here.
there, like an ocean over there.
Just around the corner.
It'll be more of a butt kicking than a war. Let's just say that.
I just
the question is
Fry needs.
Yeah. The question is how much do we
Yes,
destroy
good.
Venezuela? I guess is the question.
But then does that trigger something here in the States?
Like Venezuelans that are
Attacks,
embedded
yeah.
in I hope
I
not.
think that's the only way they could fight back.
Yeah, the Trinidadians that are here.
Yeah. Apparently there's a lot.
Well, we'll have to go down that deep dive and see. I'm interested in what what he's talking about with Biden and the gangs. Literally, I'm very interested because I think that everybody would rather none of that come out. The only thing I appreciate about Trump, because I'm not for war at all, is that at least he is making his moves in public, whereas before they would just do it underhandedly, take him out and be like, oh, look, a new president over there. Here, he's like, well, I'll surround you. So do you want to play ball or not? We'll see. I think he will get his way in the end without firing a shot. That's what I think.
I think we'll get our way in the end for sure. The question is, does Maduro want to go out guns blazing or not? So
He might.
mm,
It's kind of exciting.
not if you're Maduro.
But I mean, what is it for somebody like that? Maybe you do, but do you really just lay your arms down and walk away?
That's what I'm saying. I just don't see him stepping down. I don't know. Hopefully we don't have another Bay of Pigs situation.
Let's just come on, guys, with the nonsense. Let's just stop.
Hey, I know we have to take a break. Silly breaks. JP, did I send you that clip of the AI Trump, the dad that texted his daughter?
Yeah, with Benny Johnson, was that?
Can
one?
we play that?
Yeah, we can play
'Cause
that.
I don't think there's any bad words in it, but it's really, really funny. It might be inappropriate. Is it wrong?
I'll rewatch it in the break. and
Okay.
make sure.
Because I'm thinking that would be a fun. It's kind of been a heavy show.
Yeah, we need something fun.
Yeah,
to
it might be
wrap this
fun.
up
And
today.
then, would you rather?
Of course.
Please.
Should we go into Never Have I Ever?
Oh gosh.
No, not yet.
Okay,
We're not
fine,
ready for that.
Fine. We'll be back.
welcome back to Rightside, where we are wrapping up a really long day of heavy news. Truly.
So we're going to put a bow on it with something that's not heavy. I think it's hysterical. If anybody thinks it's inappropriate, please don't text about it. Just giggle and don't feel shame. It's just funny. Okay?
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
By the way, this is AI.
This
Before
is,
anybody thinks it's real.
This is not real. You want to set it up, JP?
Yeah, so apparently this dad texted this video to his daughter because he got her boyfriend.
So he sent his daughter a text that said, "Love you, honey. Someday you'll thank me."
Oh, dear.
And she
That's never
texted
good.
back, question mark, question mark, question mark. And apparently he made this AI video and sent it to her, which explains why someday she'll thank him.
Boyfriend got deported, and her dad sent her this. Dad of the year right here.
Hey, honey, so that boyfriend of yours, he's gone. And when I say gone, I mean deported. I made one phone call to ICE, beautiful people, best agents, and 30 minutes later, they had him in the van crying like a little baby. Turns out that so-called student visa of his expired in 2019, and he never left. How sad. But please understand I did it for you, princess. That kid was a walking red flag factory. He couldn't even speak a lick of English. Come on now. Next thing you know, he's got you eating tacos for breakfast and naming your kids Ricardo and Jose. Not in my bloodline, sweetheart, you're a catch. You deserve a guy who owns a truck, not a guy who gets picked up by one. You deserve a man who pays taxes, not one who disappears the second someone asks for a social security number. So yeah, I snitched. I reported him. Don't be mad. Be proud. Your dad just saved you from a lifetime of translating for him at the DMV and explaining to your kids why Santa says Feliz Navidad. Now go touch some grass, eat a cheeseburger with real American cheese, and find yourself a nice boy named Hunter or Braden who says, yes, ma'am, and owns at least one pair of boots that aren't from Payless Love You more than anything. You're welcome.
Are we saying that really happened? Like, according to Benny
I mean,
Johnson?
Benny Johnson posted it.
He did.
Wow.
Isn't it funny, though? Like, what made me laugh so hard was the things that parents will do for their kids. I don't know. He could have been the greatest guy. Maybe this dad is overreacting and whatever. But the links you will go to protect your kids if you see like they're in a bad spot. I'm guessing he didn't really like that guy.
You know,
legal or illegal. He just was using the tools he had.
I will
to take care of a
suggest to you
situation.
that my mother may have done something like that, and I look back and I think, wow, I am so thankful.
She scare somebody off?
Well, maybe I was engaged before Chris, and maybe it didn't work out, and maybe she had something to do with that. And
now you're
maybe
thankful.
a friend called and said, "Do you want a great love, or are you just getting married?"
Oh.
And I was like, she goes, "Because I know what you really want. You want like the love of your life," which I have. So I do understand parents going to the ends of the earth. Even I don't know if Benny, if this is real or not, but I do understand sometimes parents doing things that seem insane and cruel and wicked. But until you're there, save it.
You know, the only thing worse than him being deported today would be him being deported after they were married. And
that'd be a horrible.
Yeah. Then what? You got to move to Tijuana or wherever. Guadalajara. Where is it? Jalisco. They're all from
Jalisco.
Yeah.
And from, what was the other place? Juarez. Remember everybody used to take mission trips to Juarez, and they can't go anymore.
We
it's
only
too
went to the
dangerous.
resorts. We didn't go on mission trips.
At least you're honest.
I mean, I'm serious. We went on mission trips other places, but no, we were going for the sun and the tacos.
Well, there's people that do that and claim they're on mission trips too. So
Yeah,
there's
it's true. I am getting tacos today, by the way.
Should we go to the new place by our house?
Man, that looks good.
We might have
Well,
to try it out.
that's Italian. That's what I thought I was.
That's Italian?
Yeah, Luca's Italian.
Oh, Luca. Oh, yeah, that is an Italian name.
By the way, we got to do Would You Rather for the bumper comes in.
Okay, fine.
Go ahead.
Would you rather have police hunting you down for a crime you didn't commit, or a serial killer actually hunting you?
Oh,
police.
Oh, the popo.
No, serial killer, because I'd kill him.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
no.
but
Well, that was a twist.
you're trusting that the popo will find you innocent in the end. So I guess
And I don't really, because I've watched enough Dateline.
I'd go police. I trust I can evade them
I
over a
think
serial
police.
killer.
I think police.
Serial killer just scares me.
Mm.
I don't like that thought.
They key you real quick.
And those glasses, those Jeffrey Dahmer glasses that freak you out.
My aunt was in English class with him. Really?
Everybody contemplate that overnight. Wait, are you serious?
I'm dead serious. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. We'll be back tomorrow. More Jeffrey Dahmer stories on the way. See y'all then.